Dear friends, today we are going to discuss about the Unit 1 Pharmacology of Drug Acting on Cardiovascular System. So, first introduction to hemodynamic and electrophysiology of heart. In the previous video we have already discussed about every year from this chapter one question comes. So every see the trends, short note and also long question. ACE inhibitor, antihypertensive drug, antiarrhythmia, quinidine or antihypertensive or calcium channel blocker. Every year, see the question definitely come. So we'll go through detail mainly in the antihypertensive drug, antiarrhythmia. So today we are going to discuss about the introduction part. Introduction to hemodynamic and electrophysiology of heart. So let us discuss about the hemodynamic. So hemodynamics ultimately begins with the heart, which supply the driving force of all the flow in the body. In the anatomy part, in the first sem, we have discussed about how the blood comes out from the ventricle of the left ventricle of the heart. So it is the beginning, starting point, ultimately begins with the heart. That means blood comes out from the left ventricle and supply throughout the body in the systemic circulation. We have already studied the how blood flow through the heart. So which supply the driving force of all parts of the body. This is called hemodynamics. Let us cardiac output propels the blood through artery. What is cardiac output? We have also studied in anatomy. So this is the introduction of hemodynamic part, introduction to hemodynamic part or electrophysiology of heart. It is totally based on the anatomy. So first you recall the anatomy part. Anatomy of human heart. It is four chamber, left atrium, left ventricle, right ventricle. So how blood flow through the heart. So how blood comes out from the heart. How heart pump or contraction or conducting system of the heart. So we'll go through details. First, the anatomy of the heart. How the impulse generated from the SA node. So, what are the myocardial layer present? The thickest layer of the heart. So, before going to start this drug acting on cardiovascular system, please go through details on the anatomy part. It is easier to understand. So, the hemodynamic represents the governing principles of this blood flow and its behavior in the blood flow. So what is the definition of hemodynamic? Hemodynamic means the principle of blood flow. Hemo means, we have already studied, hem means iron part, globin means protein, hemoglobin part, or hem means here blood. So dynamic means force or flow of blood. So blood flow and its behavior in the blood vessel. That means how the blood flow in the blood vessel. That means in the artery. So this is the definition of hemodynamic. That means it represents or it defined as the principle of blood flow and its behavior in the blood vessel. So what are the different factors involved in the blood flow and its behavior in the vessels? So what are the different factors affecting in the hemodynamics? So when we are considering the physiology of blood flow, it is very easy to simplify the thing blood flowing through the pipe. Very simple thing. What is the physiology of blood flow? What is the function of blood flow? Means only flow of blood in the pipe or cylinder or in the artery, or friction between the fluid and the wall of the tube. In between the wall and the tube. That means when the blood is flow through the artery, friction exists between the fluid and the wall of the tube. So, what are the factors affecting the hemodynamics? When considering the physiology of blood flow, it is the simplest to think the blood flowing through the pipe or cylinder. That means friction exists between the fluid and wall of the tube. So, what are the other factors involved in between the fluid and wall of the tube, like size of the blood vessel, condition of the blood vessel, smoothness of the lumen, or elasticity of the muscular layer, and destination of blood vessel. See in the figure. What are the factors influence the hemodynamic? Blood pressure and resistance. Blood pressure and resistance. So, blood pressure means with increase with the water retention. That means when the water or fluid is more inside the body, the blood pressure high. General tendency. Or when in case of dehydration or hemorrhage, that means blood loss, the blood pressure going down. So this is the factor which influence the hemodynamic. Or resistant part, blood viscosity. If the blood viscosity is more, resistance more. Vessel length, the or vessel elasticity or vasoconstriction or vasodilation. In case of vasodilation, resistance less, easily flow, or vasoconstriction, the more pressure required. So these are the factors which involve in the hemodynamic part. So again, quick recap. What is hemodynamic? That means the blood flow through the blood vessel, or principle of this blood flow and its behavior in the blood flow. And there are different factors are involved between the fluid and the wall of the tube, like size of the blood vessel, condition of the blood vessel, smoothness of the lumen, elasticity of the muscular layer, destination of blood vessel. So, or the flow of blood is usually measured in 1 per minute. That means the cardiac output, how much amount of blood comes out from the heart in each minute. That is approximately 5 liter per minute. And these are the factors which influence in the blood pressure and resistance. Now comes to the electrophysiology of heart. So the electrophysiology studies test the electrical activity of your heart to find whether an abnormal heartbeat is coming from. So mainly with this electrophysiology or electrocardiogram, should detect the disease like arrhythmia or angina pectoris. So how or what are the steps, what are the 5 phases involved in electrophysiological conduction? Let's see. Phase 0 depolarization, phase 1 partial repolarization, phase 2 play to phase, phase 3 repolarization, phase 4 resting phase. That means in case of contraction and relaxation of the human heart, what are the phases involved in this contraction and relaxation of heart or heart pump? So first let's see in the figure or the anatomy of the heart or conducting system of the heart, how heart contract. So again we have already studied the conducting system of the heart or the impulse generate in the SA node or pacemaker, and it transmit to the AV node to bundle of His or Purkinje fiber. So in this way impulses or action potential are transmitted. So in which condition? That means when the SA node depolarization. See the step 1. When the SA node depolarization means contraction starts and it travels to the AV node. Electrical activity goes rapidly to the AV node via internodal pathway. See the steps in the figure. SA node depolarize, that means start contraction, both the atria, left atria and right atria. Similarly, and whatever the impulses generated in the SA node, it transmitted to the electrical activity goes rapidly to the AV node via internodal pathway. So depolarization spreads more slowly across the atria and conduction slow through the AV node. And again in the 4th stage depolarization moves rapidly through the ventricular conducting system to the apex of the heart, and in the last stage depolarization wave spread upward from the apex. So this is the general anatomy or the conducting system of the heart we have already studied. But in case of pharmacology or cardiophysiology or electrophysiology of heart, there are 5 stages of action potential or the contraction and relaxation process, or the polarized and depolarization stage. So what is action potential? The action potential is a complex event that involved mainly movement of various ions across the cell membrane, either actively or passively. So the changes of membrane potential are modified from extracellular to intracellular or intracellular to extracellular concentration, like sodium, calcium and potassium. So what is action potential? That means it is the movement of ion from extracellular to intracellular and intracellular to extracellular, so that impulse can be transmitted from one point to another point. So again, what are the stage? Phase 0, that is depolarization stage. In normal resting phase, the contractile fibers have a stable resting membrane, so that it is nearly minus 990 millivolt. That means when the heart is in the rest position, in the repolarized stage, relaxation stage, when heart is not contract, the resting membrane potential is minus 90 millivolt. See in the figure. In the resting position, that means when heart is rest, the membrane potential is minus 90 millivolt at the rest position. So phase 0 depolarization. How starts depolarization? So at the resting position, that is repolarization stage, in the depolarization it is minus 90 millivolt. When the contractile fiber is brought to the threshold by an action potential from neighboring fiber, its voltage getted fast. That means sodium channel open and sodium concentration is higher in interstitial fluid, that means outside to inside, whereas the potassium are found more inside cardiac muscles. So inflow of sodium produces in rapid depolarization. So first sodium channel starts to open by own and sodium leak into the cell, further rising the transmembrane potential to 30 millivolt in very short duration, that is 1 to 2 millisecond. So what happened in phase 0 depolarization state? It takes only 1 to 2 millisecond, not 1 second. It is 1 to 2 millisecond. In this 1 to 2 millisecond, sodium channel open and rapidly sodium influx from outside to inside in the heart cell, mainly in the myocardium region, which is the responsible for contraction. So what happened in case of depolarization or phase 0 stage? Before phase 0, the heart is rest position. That means the resting membrane potential is minus 90 millivolt. So heart trying to contract. How impulse generate? Now when immediately a rapid sodium influx up to 30 millivolt, minus 90 millivolt to 30 millivolt, potassium charge or positive charge enter into the cell from outside to inside, whereas the potassium are also present inside the cardiac muscle. So this is the depolarization stage. Next, phase 1, partial repolarization. Partial repolarization because of rapid decrease in sodium ion passage. That means immediately rapid decrease. Whatever the sodium enter into the cell from outside to inside, it is immediately decrease or fast sodium channel close. In this stage, immediately the following rapid depolarization, the inactivation of the sodium channel and subsequent activation of the outward potassium channel. That means in this stage, potassium channel are activate and the threshold membrane potential is now slightly positive. Some potassium channel open briefly and outward flow from inside to outside, return back to the threshold membrane potential to approximately 0 millivolt. That means from 30 millivolt to it comes 0 millivolt charge inside the cell or inside the cardiac muscle. So this is the partial repolarization in phase 1. What happened? Sodium channel block or rapidly decreased. Potassium channel open. So potassium comes out from inside to outside, and charge or threshold membrane potential comes to 0 millivolt. Now see again the figure. Early repolarization stage. Early repolarization. In the phase 0, sodium channel open and membrane potential minus 90 millivolt to 30 millivolt. In the early repolarization, potassium channel open from inside to outside. Potassium channel open in phase 1 and the charge minus 30 volt to 0 millivolt. Now comes to the Plateau phase. Phase 2, that is Plateau phase. The calcium channel are still open in phase 1 and phase 2. There is a small constant inward current of calcium and outward moment of potassium maintain a concentration gradient through delay rectifier potassium channel. So these two counter current are electrically balanced and threshold membrane potential is maintained, that is called Plateau phase. Question comes, what is Plateau phase? That means maintain the balance between potassium and calcium. The moment of inward calcium is constant, as well as the potassium moment are also, the outward moment of potassium are also constant, and maintain the concentration gradient are maintained. So these two counter current are electrically balanced, that is called Plateau phase. That means in this Plateau phase the charge are balanced, that is 0 millivolt, neither positive or neither negative charge. So balanced charge maintain in this phase, that is called Plateau phase. Now comes to the phase 3, that is repolarization. The calcium channel are gradually inactivated and persist outflow of potassium, now exceeding calcium inflow. So calcium inflow increases and potassium outflow decreases. So the threshold membrane potential back towards the resting membrane potential towards the minus 90 millivolt to prepare the cell a new cycle of depolarization. And last phase is resting phase. The resting potential is a cardiomyocyte is minus 90 millivolt due to a constant outward leak of potassium through inward rectifier channel, and sodium and calcium channel are closed at this resting threshold membrane potential stage. So in resting position, sodium and calcium channel are blocked or closed. So in this depolarization and repolarization process, heart muscle are contract and relax in a rhythmic way. So this process of contraction and relaxation of heart is called electrophysiology of heart. So this is all about your electrophysiology of heart. A quick recap, it is a 5-phase: phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4. 5 phases. Phase 1, from resting to minus 90 millivolt to 30 millivolt. What happened? Sodium channel open. Outside to inside, sodium enter. So this is depolarization stage. Now yearly repolarization. How? Now minus 30 millivolt to 0 and potassium channel upward, potassium inside to outside, and Plateau phase, it is the constant phase 0 millivolt, balance stage. Then phase 3 rapid repolarization, that means towards the minus 90 millivolt. And phase 4 again depolarization, sodium potassium, sorry, calcium and sodium channel are closed. So this is the phase 4 resting phase. Phase 5, that is last phase, resting phase. So this is all about your electrophysiology of heart. Thank you.